Okay, well, last Friday on the 18th, we had Caleb's GI appointment at Shan. And I was really anxious to go and kind of get some sort of answers as to what's going on with Caleb's constipation issue. He did really well on the drive up there, and then we got there, and thankfully we didn't have to wait too long, which is always a blessing. And we got him there. I was actually a little disappointed because the doctor just kind of came in and didn't introduce himself, didn't do anything. He didn't have too much of a personality, but I'm just used to cardiology, so it's a whole different set of doctors there. But he came in and asked me some questions, and then he went to, I guess, I don't even know how you say it. He went to feel for his sphincter, so he had to stick his finger up below Caleb's butt, and he did it twice, and Caleb obviously screamed, and I felt bad the third time. The doctor just stood there next to Caleb, and Caleb was crying hard, and I thought, this really isn't going to help. Caleb is very, very, very fearful of strangers and new environments and anything, and you can't blame him, because usually the strange environments and strange things do things to him that hurt him. So I thought, this is going to take us a step back with him trying to get used to people. But the doctor told us that his sphincter muscle was really tight, and I guess it's supposed to be really relaxed. So he prescribed me another laxative for Caleb that has a stool softener also, and it's called lactulose. And he wanted to keep him on relaxed and start this lactulose twice a day. And he was just going to send me home and just check up in a month. And I had told him that, I didn't drive almost an hour and a half just for a prescription. So we did blood work, and they sent us downstairs to test for celiac. They tested for phosphorus levels. I think they were testing his thyroid. I'm not sure what else they're testing for. I think that might have been it. And I went down there and waited for a long time. We probably waited about 45 minutes just to even get seen. And that was hard because, Caleb doesn't understand waiting. And the waiting room was small, and there was a lot of people in there, and he just wanted to move and crawl and play and explore, and he really couldn't. So that didn't go too well. I got really aggravated because we went back to get his blood, and I'm used to the NICU, the PICU. They're very used to children and babies, and they talk to them. And here, it's nothing to do with pediatrics. It's just a lab. So, to the girl, all she saw was a vein and an arm. She didn't see a baby. And I was really appalled at the way she kind of treated him, because she didn't talk to him. She didn't look at him. She told me to hold him still, and it was very hard, because those of you that have babies know, you try to keep a 1-year-old still while he's getting pricked in the arm with a needle. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't go over too well. And so I was trying to hold him still, and he just screamed at the top of his lungs. They had to close the partition into the waiting room because he was screaming so loud. And she was just very harsh. She just kept telling me if I don't hold him still, she's not going to be able to get enough blood. Then she pulled the needle out, and I thought we were done, so I stood up and said, "Thank you." And she said, "No, I'm not done." And she just said, "Did you see the blood I didn't get? You have to keep him more still." And so I sat back down and tried the other arm, and this went on for probably 10 minutes, and he just screamed, and I was so aggravated, and my husband and my mother-in-law, everybody said, "Why didn't you say anything?" And I was so upset by that point. If I would have said something, I would have just cried. She would have understood me anyway. So I just wanted to get out of there, and Danny called me right when I was leaving, and I've handled a lot, but I couldn't handle holding him down and having such pain, and her not even caring for her. Like I said, she had to get her job done, and that was it. It was his job. And I just cried and cried and cried when Danny called, and it was very, very traumatic for me. I'm sure it was for Caleb, but it was short-lived for him. I just felt very, very upset that day. But we left, and they said we would hear back possibly by Tuesday or Wednesday, and she wasn't sure if they would call if there was nothing wrong. So she told me to call on Wednesday just to be sure. And then we went home, and he actually wanted us to give him suppositories for the next 3 days to kind of flush him out. And Danny, thankfully, was home this past weekend, so we got to give him a suppository, but I wasn't able to do it 3 days, because then it was just me, and you can't quite hold the baby down and give a suppository with one person. It's not an easy thing to do, so I only got to do it once, but that was on Sunday, and he went Sunday. Then we went to occupational therapy on Tuesday. I'm never looking forward to occupational therapy just because she pushes him to do things that are beyond his comfort zone, which he should, but he screams. The entire time he screams. There's a kid that comes there, and every time he sees Caleb, he tells his daddy, "Oh, there's the crying baby," because that's what he does, he cries. And I don't go in there anymore, because when I'm in there with her, all Caleb does is look for me to save him, so it doesn't really, it's counteractive, it doesn't do anything. So I have to stay out in the waiting room part. This time, being Tuesday, and I didn't hear crying. I heard just a couple of times. I didn't hear much, and I thought it was strange, and I went back there, and Gail, the occupational therapist, said that he did awesome, said he actually, for the first time, just played. He didn't get mad, he didn't scream, he actually did a lot of things that he normally won't do very well, so very, very, very excited. So now I was looking forward to it, because I wanted it to be more like a fun day for him instead of just something he doesn't look forward to. So we're hoping that he's getting used to the different environment, and hopefully it can spill over into his everyday life and not just occupational therapy. And let's see, then Wednesday I called to get about his blood work back, and they hadn't gotten it, so they called me this morning, which is Thursday, left me a message and told me that his blood work came back fine, there was nothing wrong. And I'm not saying that I would ever want anything to be wrong with Caleb, but I really wanted something that I could say, okay, here's the problem, now let's have an answer. And I had nothing. I almost felt just disappointed that there was nothing there, because now I have no answers to why he's having such issues. I mean, today it's Thursday, and he still is not going to the bathroom since Sunday, and he's miserable. I don't know what to do for him. He's doing everything right. He's drinking apple juice now like a champ. He does it every single day, and he eats vegetables. He's, whole wheat, fiber, grains. I don't know what else to do. So we go back on March 14th, and if nothing's changed, he's going to get a barium enema, which I'm not excited about, but I'm hoping they'll do an x-ray, and maybe there's something else that the blood work just didn't show. But no, he's been doing really good. He's trying to learn how to walk faster with holding on to things. He doesn't seem as scared. If he falls off of something, he doesn't cry so much anymore. He dusts himself back off and goes. At OT today, she said for the first time he actually used his walker that you push behind and actually did it. Because every time I would try to do it, that walker obviously moves and he falls because he can't keep up with it. So we're really excited about that. That's huge news for us. And Danny's coming home again this weekend. He'll actually be home tonight at about 11:30. And he has a longer weekend, so it's always spectacular when he comes home. And not just for me, but Caleb is a different baby completely when his daddy's home. It's like he knows his whole family is whole again, and it makes him very happy. And that in turn obviously makes me very happy. And other than that, there's really nothing more to talk about. I'm praying for an answer for this GI issue, because he takes lax out of his mouth 3 times a day, and that's not doing anything. So I'm hoping that it just takes a little while to get into his system, but he's been taking it since Monday morning, the second laxative, and it's not doing anything. So that's just my primary concern right now. And like I said, he goes back March 14th for that. And everything else is really good. We're just waiting to get Danny back on the job here. And that's an everyday thing. That's really nothing new. So on Saturday I'm going to go meet a bunch of moms from Baby Center with a bunch of other kids, and I'm very excited about it. It'll be fun for Caleb. Hopefully he doesn't get too overwhelmed and too scared with the noises and different people. Hopefully he has a good time. He usually does well with other kids, so that'll be an experience, and I will update later when anything else is going on, and I hope everybody has a great weekend. Bye.